today. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Andy Dalton and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form, winners of 6 of their last 8. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they have certainly got it rolling of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Out comes Andy Dalton and company. Dalton, of course, grew up in Texas, played his college ball at TCU, and now his home is back in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex with these Cowboys.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. So we'll look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Dalton here from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's a 45-yard punt and 8 on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia gets ready on offense behind Carson Wentz, the number 2 pick back in 2016 out of North Dakota State.
Just 2 weeks left in the regular season, so not many opportunities left. But I've got to tell you, I think he's had an MVP type of a season, and I just hope that everyone who votes doesn't go to sleep and already have their ballots cast.
I think there are a couple others in the national media who feel that way too. You and I have been discussing this race since the calendar hit December, as have many other, but I think it's going to take 8 big quarters for him to truly have consideration. Wentz now on 1st down. Flushed out right. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Dallas Goedert, of course, he'll do well in this stadium. He's got a first down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes two to tango. Now wins. His throw caught at about the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
The first down run for Elliott will net him about 5 yards. It's second down. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 21 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well. And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins. Consistently here. He'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1. A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut. And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage. And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you? Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
A 57-yard attempt.
And And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
Last week, several good performances in the NFC, but he was the conference's offensive player of the week, well over 100 yards.
And just the ability to make catches. You know, that gets underplayed sometimes because we're always looking for the move or the big run. But catch the football consistently, that racks up the yardage.
Wentz now on first down. This short throw caught by Goddard. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Now Wentz on third down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
It's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Second and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Wentz. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. That's 2 really excellent drives for them to start this ballgame, both ending with touchdown passes.
In big picture, they look great, don't they? Like a well-oiled machine right now. But let's down focus a little bit and talk about the guy calling the signals and throwing the passes. He is playing with precision right now, scanning the field and making excellent throws.
And he's got it up and through. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Cowboy offense heading out. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not
That
mistaken,
does,
correct?
that does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. And Dalton to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake, but I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game. When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it's going to yield a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. He finds his target. It's Schultz. A gain of 6 there on first. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Dalton hands off to Elliott. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Partner, in our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line, because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2, now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
This Eagle defense, they won't give in without a fight. This is 3rd and goal. Throwing, Dalton. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Well, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line, and these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot, and they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
Here's Miles Sanders, second-year man from Penn State.
And a gain of about 4 here moves this from the 6 up to the 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
2nd and 6.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Now Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle.
And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A big pickup there for the Eagles' 1st down, 18 yards.
Things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders.
And this is going to be an Eagles 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. On first down, it's Sanders. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From midfield, here's Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Carry for Sanders, and he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders, and he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 24.
Let's go!
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Movement was difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they moved the ball with relative ease.
Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Sanders. He will push his way down to about the 14. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Elliott good with a PAT, and it's now 21-0.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott gets ready to go again here on offense as he shuffles onto the field. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
And the tip there altered the ball flight. right, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. To throw again, Dalton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Out to the right here to Wilson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
At the 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Another chance for Dalton. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And it'll be Dalton again. Completes it right side to Cooper. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 22.
This will be Dalton again. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. From the gun, Dalton. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete. Out of the end zone. Leads to 2nd and goal.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Zerline's kick is up and through. And that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was the visiting Panthers who were able to come in and get one on the road. 16-14 was the final score. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Tampa Bay Bucks. 28-0 the final. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting New York Giants. Marquise Brown, a touchdown catch in the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out come the Eagles now as he'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack.
And he fires one that's intercepted. And Xavier Woods with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? Throw left side complete. That's Schultz. A gain of 6 there on first.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on second down. Dalton got his man complete over the middle. That's Bell. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. Over the middle, holding all in. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it second and a foot or so.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches at the 17-yard line.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Another look for Dalton on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Schultz.
And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Play action now. Dalton. His pass caught at the 4. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his 19th touchdown now in the season. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away.
Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Here's Wentz to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen. They see the blocks happen. They feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. They'll try and get the running game going with Elliott. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Well, CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, That's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside as he did there.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
47-yard attempt.
And Zerline's kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because you know after the sack there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
Their own 28-yard line.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run. It's Sanders. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Another run here with Sanders. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
48-yard line. A gain of 7. 1st down, Philadelphia.
They'll run with Sanders. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 44, Wentz. And that is incomplete. Rookie Jalen Reagor, the intended target that time. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So far this season, this is an offense that's proved its ability to move the football. I mean, they're in the top 5 in the NFL and picking up 1st downs, and they get the conversion here. And I think a lot of that is due to how they win on 1st and 2nd down, because that leaves them 3rd and short, 3rd and manageable. A lot easier to pick them up then, isn't it?
A nice run there by Sanders on 1st down as he'll wind up with a gain of about 7 before he's brought down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
13.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's got this pretty close to a 1st down at the Cowboys' 24. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
1st down, Eagles.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Sanders. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong. I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive.
They'll run with Sanders. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal as some good running there gets them down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. A good run of 6 yards there gets them closer to the goal line with second down coming up. From the 2 now, second and goal. Now they'll throw it. Wentz able to get away.
They certainly thought they had him surrounded and probably thought they were going to get him on the ground and get the sack, but he was able to elude that. And even though it threw it incomplete downfield, if you're a defensive back, you're loving the pressure that you're seeing from your front.
They'll try to run with Sanders. And he will take this one in for an Eagle touchdown. Miles Sanders, touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And this one through the uprights and good. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was Miles Sanders who finished it off with a touchdown run.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. A throw left side to start the drive is complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2 at the 28-yard line.
Dalton here from the gun. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards there and a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter. From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Second and 10. Dalton once more toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's third down.
Third down and 10.
Operating from the gun, Dalton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help him a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have fourth down to try and pick it up.
Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. From the gun, Dalton. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football.
fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And what I think of here is opportunity because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton. And this will be incomplete.
Away and incomplete. Makes it 3rd down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Dalton. That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown.
Here we go. Let's go.
Amari Cooper, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys cut into that lead. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, currently sitting in the number 2 spot. But remember, that no longer means a bye into the divisional round.
No, partner, you're right. They made that change for the 2020 season, so being in the number 1 spot is the ultimate deal. Used to be the top 2. Got those opening weekend buys. Now it's just number 1. But still, a lot at stake, as you mentioned. They could end up with 2, possibly 3 home games if things shake out correctly and they continue to win in the playoffs.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll go again with Sanders. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets out making some noise. It's 3rd and short. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. On second down, it's Sanders, and he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
And to give this time to the tailback. Sanders a first down, still going. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they will take a knee here.
He kept it in his hands and tried to push it across the goal line himself, but the defensive front wouldn't allow him to do so, bringing up second down and a bit farther.
The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he is unable to make the play himself on second down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something, and they did in this one. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles. And I know I'm not breaking any news when I say that any road win in this league is a good one.
No doubt.
But it's a double bonus when you get a victory on the road in your division.
And when you start a season, each team breaks down their schedule in different ways. Some do it every 4 games, right? Let's go quarterly. Others say, listen, we've got to take care of our home field. And, you know, out of a 16-game season, if you get 8 at home, let's at least win 7 at home and split our road games. That's what you're trying to get done. So you're exactly right. A road win, precious, especially within the division.
So for the Eagles, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll be guaranteed a finish of no better than 500 as they drop to 7-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Thank you.